Hi everyone. I just wanted to let you know what I'm up to. So this weekend I'm driving at Palmer Motorsports Park. That's in Palmer, Massachusetts. Right now I'm staying in a little town in a hotel not far from the racetrack. Try to park or try to stay in hotels within about 15 minutes of the track if I can. So I just wanted to share with you about how I prepare for the track. First of all, the night before, I try to stay in a hotel so I get good night's sleep. I even try to get good night's sleep before that, even. But also have to get what's called a technical inspection of the car. Is due within 30 days. I try to do it within 2 weeks of the track to give the mechanic some time to order parts and things like that. So this time my car actually needed an oil change because fuel got into the oil. The oil was dirty. I also needed new brake pads. Usually the brake pads will last if you're not doing anything like this, and I'm not doing super hard braking yet because I'm still learning how to do everything. But you can actually go through a set of brake pads within before the end of the day if you're doing super hard braking. I'm not there yet, but my brake pads did go out as of now. And I have never had to really change the brake pads, just to give you an idea. So I was able to see what the old brake pads look like. I'll share that in another video too, because again, I'm learning a lot of stuff about cars. And so I did want to share, first you get the tech inspection. So sometimes these tech inspections have to be done at specific, some people do the tech inspections themselves, but I do my tech inspection through Chanics, or the Porsche dealer has been doing it, both very good. I went to Chanics, I'm sorry Porsche right now because it's a little cheaper too, and Mr. George, he is a former race car driver and he's really good. His shop is really good. So shout out to them. They're in Mineola, New York. So anyway, you get this tech inspection filled out. It has things like, is there a roll cage in the car? Is it okay? The helmet is up to date, all of those things. But then it's about brakes, the road, everything is on the tech sheet to make sure your car is safe on the track. So some tracks have their own tech sheet that you have to fill out, but with club racing, with our club and HPDE driving, we have our own tech sheet that needs to be filled out. So later on, I'll show you what that looks like. But also wanted to share what is it. So the high performance driving events is not racing, but there's no speed limit. And so high performance driving, uh, you can get your car up to 200 if you want to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But it's, to me, it's like a safer way of racing, because all it is that one, it has to be a teaching kind of format, and two, in order to pass somebody, you have to be given permission through something called a point by. Otherwise, with racing, people don't point by; they just go for it. So, and also too, it's not timed, because in real racing, that's how you figure out who the winner is, who has the best time lap, right? So these are not time laps at all, but you can time yourself and compare yourself against friends and other drivers, and there are some ways to do that. So in a way, there is a roundabout way to see how fast you are performing. But so that's high performance driving. My club actually does have a racing team if you're that good and want to do those kind of things. It's terribly expensive, terribly risky. It all depends on what you're trying to do. But we also have what's called rally events. There's different kind of rallies. The rallying is when you have a co-pilot in the passenger seat, and you're driving down like back road kind of things really fast in these special cars, special hooked up cars. Extremely dangerous again, but you're trusting your co-pilot to tell you, tree up ahead, make a right, make a left, like in split seconds or less. To be, you have to be able to process that information, and people have died doing that. And then the other thing we do is called just a trek, where you just get in the car with other drivers in the club. They have to be Porsches in that event. and you just drive down scenic roadways. Sometimes you could go a little quick. Sometimes the police are nice enough to give you a little leeway as long as you're not overdoing it, and as long as the people who in the residential neighborhoods don't complain, which they do. They complain if you go too fast. They do complain to the police, and the police do ticket you. So even though you're doing it in a club fashion, you have to be safe. Um, Now, with the high performance driving, anybody can show up at the track. There's no specifics to what kind of car comes. So you can bring really anything. And at the track, there's stock cars, like meaning cars you buy at the dealership as is, and then there are modified cars, and that could be the gamut, like two little small things like I don't know, if you just upgrade your brakes, to actually carving out the whole interior of a car over time, putting a special radio in there, no gearbox hardly, the whole thing just carved out, just really to the studs. You can see the metal wall of the car and everything. So those cars come too. So they tend to be in the more advanced groups because those people have been working on it over time. Um, but those aren't street legal cars either. Mine is street legal, want to keep it that way, and want it to come back home with me, like so far it has. And so I'm grateful for this car because it really holds up really good. Goes over bumps and everything. It doesn't go over bumps in the city well. I don't know why, but on the track it's great with bumps. And so far it's been a very reliable car. Still getting to learn the car and how it acts. But other than that what else? Other kind? Oh, autocross, of course. Autocross. So autocross is when they're cones. They're cones in a roadway, and you're driving around the cones. So autocrosses, courses are set up. They vary. That gives autocross courses a lot of variation. They can become very complicated though, where you really have to remember the course. So it's a good exercise if you're going to be doing road racing or high performance driving, where you have to practice remembering a course, because you walk around the whole course, you see how the course goes, and you have really, it's to your advantage to remember that course for autocross, and because it's going so fast. So you're going around these cones at really high speed, and you're becoming really kind of an expert at braking, because you have to be really good at braking techniques to go fast around these things, these courses. And so those are timed. So it's actually a very competitive sport. So those cars can be any kind of car that shows up too. There have been pickup trucks, I heard, that are doing it as well. So anyway, those are timed. And so you do get like a trophy or whatever at the end of those competitions. But again, road racing, I like driving on the roads. Road racing can mean a couple of things, I would say. That could be an enclosed track, and it can also mean like an actual road is closed out and that you're driving on a road, like those Formula One races going through different towns and things like that. But again, the more unknown factors there are, the more risky. If you're driving on a real road, there are potholes. Normally, people are looking out for those things ahead of time, but anything can happen. Anything can end up on the road, a deer cross it, or whatever. So that's one reason that myself, I really try not to go too fast on highways and roadways. It's not, I mean, the police are definitely a deterrent, but for me, even more than the police, are potholes and unknown factors on the road. Because if your tire hits it wrong, you can just literally fly your car off of the road and you're dead. So to me, it's like, I like going fast on the highway. I try not to go too fast though. And, everybody gets their spirited moments or whatever have you, yes. But do it, I'm not trying to endanger anybody doing those things. But sometimes, you get the spirit. People who can relate to that know what I mean. But doing it for long stretches and everything is just not even worth it. And I catch myself and I just dial it back. So I just go to like an enclosed roadway and do it. Now the other thing is go-karting. Go-karting is quite serious. Those carts could get up to 75 miles an hour and up, 150 I even heard. And the sensation you have because you're low to the ground and enclosed can make it feel like you're going twice as fast as that. So if you're interested in going fast, you can go to one of these go-kart facilities too, and you're learning braking again. You're learning how to go, but those carts really respond quite differently than a car. So you're learning that how to really manage different kinds of vehicles over time. So that's it. Motorcycles, not even going to get into it because I don't drive motorcycles, but they ride these courses too, the same courses. So they have their own version of everything. But I am going to do another video where I'm going to show you something about the equipment. So stay tuned for that.